Hello everybody and welcome to our first look at Purge Outbreak by Microlith Games. This is a first-person shooter with zombies in it, because of course it is. It may or may not, I have no evidence of this, it might be one of the last of the Steam Greenlight leftovers. But it is your first-person shooter, Unreal 4 I think, don't quote me on that. And it is a horde mode, essentially. It has two modes, Horde and Survive, but I don't really know why you would ever play Horde mode over Survival. This is much easier, and the only real difference is, in Horde mode, you buy stuff between rounds using a drone that's flown in, and in this mode, weapons and ammo drop off of the zombies, and it's basically just a much better mode, so that's the one that I'm going to use to show you. But the maps seem to be the same for both. So we'll go into Survive here, and I've only played Suburb Day so far. So we'll start on... Did I select the right mode? Wait. Survive mode. Yeah, okay, it does have a difficulty. Difficulty increases as time goes on. So, it does look pretty nice. You get these flying intros. I will cover it actually. There is an optional slow motion mode. So this is a map. Ooh, zombies are incoming. You can pretty much guess from what you can see already what the map's going to be so far. So first things first. It is... As I said, I'm pretty sure it's Unreal 4, so obviously it looks fine. Although I'm not really sure what that red glow of our hands is. You know, it's one of these examples of bloom where I'm not really sure bloom is necessary. But you know, this is zombies, they are dying, that's what we'd expect when we shoot them. So the first thing is, jibbing is a thing, or gibbing, if that's what you want to call it. And it does it really well, actually. It's one of the things that I have to compliment the game on. Whatever Microlith have done to this, they've got the jibbing right. Things fall apart. If you shoot the arm off something, it dies. But I mean, you have pretty much already seen 100% of what the game offers. This is the map, it ends here. Yep. There are a handful of or so of zombies, and they come after you in waves. You saw the head coming off there? Proper jib style. Let's see. Leg done. You know, so that I really do like. I always appreciate when jibbing has an effect. Like, you can take the legs off, slow them down a little bit. Although unfortunately it does also make them harder to see in amongst the corpses. So this is, ultimately, this is it. The slow motion mode, that's what I was going to say earlier on. The slow motion mode seems to be created by people and for people who don't really understand what slow motion mode is for. Thankfully, they added an option to switch it off, or they pointed it out in the patch notes, and I switched it off immediately. Because it does slow motion, but it also slows you down as well. So there's absolutely no point to it. You know, you turn slower, you shoot slower, you do everything slower. So what's the point in it? Why would you ever want to do things slower? I don't get it. So they added the option to switch it off, and of course I did that immediately, because it's not like it happens every now and again, and it doesn't give you any advantages. That's the usual point of slow motion modes. You get an advantage over the enemies. They're moving slower because you're not. But obviously in this case, that is not the way it works. We'll never understand the point. So this is, as I said, we're only a couple of minutes into this video, and you have seen pretty much everything that the game has to offer. Thankfully, it picks up the ammo automatically, although if you want to switch weapons, you do have to do that manually. So we'll see if we can pick up a silenced pistol with a red dot sight. Quite why you would need to bother about a silenced pistol in a horde mode, I don't... That's definitely not silenced, so it's just the red dot. Okay. Yep. That is certainly a thing. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to intentionally die just so you can see some other maps, because I haven't actually seen any either. I've only played this for half an hour or so, because to be honest, I think that's enough, you know? Everything works, but it's hard to get excited about it when this is literally all there is. Now, actually, but completely by accident there, I showed one of my big pet peeves with this. That hedge there, you can't run through it. These stupid little hedges, you get caught behind. I'm still holding the forward button, but you can't shoot through them and you can't run through them. What's the point? So here is one of my big issues with this game. So once there's one enemy left, it's probably easier to run and show you. The weapons that drop, that is a knife and a shield, or just a shield. So we'll take it, screw it. Yeah, so I've got a knife and a shield now. Can't have the pistol in the shield, just the knife and the shield. I don't really know what the point in this is. It's too hard to melee things. You know, I don't see what the use of that is. You get a samurai blade, which is kind of cool, I guess. But yeah, it's like, are you alive? No, I guess you're a corpse. Okay. So is this an asset flip? I guess is the big question next. Probably. I mean, the size of the map makes me think it's not really intended to be used as the full game. So yeah, it probably is an asset flip of some description. I don't spend enough time in like the Unreal store or the Unity store to know what it is, and especially when it comes to Unreal 4. And correct me if I'm wrong, this has to be Unreal 4, right? The lighting effects, it's definitely not Unity, because it's running at 60 frames a second. But, you know, it's only half a dozen zombies. They do fall apart beautifully. Let's throw a grenade, see what happens, right? First of all, the grenade button is G. G! The pickup button is F. I don't approve of that. Now obviously you can redefine these if you want, but come on. E doesn't do anything. Why not make it E? That's the standard. But you know, whatever. So something's still alive. No, it's... What's hitting me? What is hitting me? Do we have flying zombies now? Is it under this? Is it under the floor? Did it get blown under the floor? Well, I'm getting killed by something that I can't see. It's the first bug I've seen, actually, to be perfectly honest with you. But that's good, because I was going to end this mode anyway. So, yeah, this is pretty much it. But let's go back. Screw it. I will show you one of the other features. Research. There is a bit of a meta game going on, which is something that you can't say much about these. You get levels. I am now level 3. And you can level up how much damage you do with each of these things, which I suppose is something. I've got level 1 in rifles and SMGs already, even though that's a picture of a rifle. Whatever. Let's do Pistol Master. I guess that second weapon that I picked up was a revolver then. Let's learn that. That's it, it's done. 3 categories: offense, defense, and support. Increase starting health packs. Reduces damage from, I guess that means damage to us from grenades and explosive barrels. I've not seen explosive barrels yet, so I'm guessing they must be on some of the other levels. We've got no other options left. So that's that. So that was survive mode. Let's show you the horde mode. Now there's no point doing that level again. Let's go alley. Ooh, the picture, at least the screenshot there is pretty. I like those lighting effects. But it's the same map. Suburb we have Suburb Day, we've got Suburb Sunset, and Suburb Night. Right, so they definitely want to get their money's worth out of that map. We've got Alley Night, we've got Alley Day, but no Sunset. Okay. And Police Station, because I guess zombies would want to invade a police station. Let's do Alley Night and see if my PC will keep the frame rate half decent. Now I don't know what the game length option does, but when I do the first looks I always just use the stock options. I've changed some of the graphic settings because for some reason it defaulted to low. Alright. Let's see. Uh-oh. I alt-tabbed out the game by accident there, but we're back in. Hopefully it's still running at 60 frames a second. What more evidence do you need that this is Unreal 4 than these lighting effects? Too much bloom though, and I'm guessing that is an explosive barrel right there. This increased damage from pistols, not really that impressive. But, you know what is impressive? Oh, you know what's not impressive is the fact that I can't actually see any of these freaking zombies. Oh! That's why you decrease the damage that you take from exploding barrels then, I guess. Okay, let's try again. Is that going to load us straight back into the eyes? I don't want to do the same level. The fact that I can't see zombies doesn't help me. Or has it crashed? No, it was just taking a little while to load. Okay. So, that's fun. Yeah. What am I stuck on? I'm stuck on weird. So it is actually more buggy than I thought it was. Hadn't seen any things like that until we came to this level. The standard one seems to work okay, other than the problem that I have not being able to shoot through the bushes. But yeah, a couple of issues with this level already. First of all, getting stuck here on nothing. I don't really know what's happening. Oh, I know what it is. I can almost guarantee that's an issue with the field of view slider. I put the field of view up to 90 because I'm a human being. I'm gonna hazard a guess. That's probably means that the game thinks that I'm overlapping the corner, even though my eyes tell me I'm not, which is good. It's always good when a game thinks it knows better than you do. So, heal up. Yes, I'm guessing this is full asset flip. So we've completed the first wave. Great. I didn't even realise I wasn't even selecting the right gun. So the drone flies in, we walk up, and with F, we open the shop. So it lets you refill your ammo, buy health packs, which I will actually, and ammunition, which you only ever really need to buy ammunition for the one weapon. In this mode, I've never finished a round out of ammo with this gun, but this is a crap gun. So unfortunately now, when we come out of that, we have to wait for the timer to count down. So we're doing 20 seconds of nothing. Can we fit through here? Yes, we can. Can we open any doors? It's too much to hope for. What are we getting stuck on here? Yoshi? Is that actually... Is that a Japanese word? I assumed it was just a proper noun, but who the hell knows? So let's go this way. Is there a flashlight button on L? No. L doesn't do anything. I know there is a flashlight that you can pick up. I know that because you can buy it in the store, which might have been a smart move, to be perfectly honest with you. But look, we're already kicking ass. We don't need to be able to see. We just need to make sure that we're in an area with light. Heal up again. Now this is the problem with the way the zombies spawn in this game. It's just in fixed locations and they only just pop in. So, like that, one spawned behind me, hit me, nothing I could do about it. The AI does not seem to be particularly stellar. Come on, blow up! Okay, it did a lot of damage to them, but the actual graphical explosion was considerably smaller than the area of effect was. So that's fun. Yeah, and we've still got 250 rounds left. So that's why I've never managed to run out of ammo between rounds. Oh, okay. It's not a circular map then. And yes, limited stamina. Even though we're running in a tiny, tiny little area. Heal up again while we're on the move. So we're gonna obviously refill our ammo. We might as well refill our health. We've only got 350 things left. Can't sell the starting weapons, which is probably for the best. Absolutely no interest in that. Let's buy the flashlight and see what happens. Oh, it replaces our knife. Okay. That is the worst flashlight I've seen in games for a long time. Flash, and it goes behind the sign? Okay. You guys, I mean, Microlith, you need to learn. You need to learn how torches work. Everyone making a horror game needs to learn how torches work. If you're going to make a dark game, you need to learn how to use the darkness. It's a good killing spree. Jim Sterling did a really good video on how torches work. It should be mandatory. If you want to make a horror game, or any game that's set at night, that video should be watched. And why are these guys not stuck? Okay. Grenade time. It takes so long to throw the goddamn grenades. Okay. Fine. I mean, we got out of trouble. The one thing it does do, which I guess is an Unreal stock thing, surround sound works really well. I can tell exactly where the enemies are, which is always useful, especially if you can't see the damn things. But look how many times we've seen the same, like, 5 zombies here. You know, if you're going to do a horde game, especially if it's zombies of all things, you need to have more than just the same couple of character models. And also, if you're going to reward me killing sprees, don't just make killing spree and rampage. You need to do something else too. Otherwise that's going to get old. So I think we've covered everything. To be 100% honest with you, I do not think there's anything else that I can tell you about this game. It's not the worst game I've ever played, by any stretch of the imagination. But, you know, it's also not great. This version of this mode obviously gives you guaranteed weapons, guaranteed ammunition, which is fine. But this wait between rounds is painful. Maybe when you exit out of that, the drone could take off immediately and kickstart the round. That seems like the smart way, doesn't it? Why are there so many zombies around sex shops here? Why are there so many sex shops in general in this one little area? Am I going to have a better time seeing the zombies in this alleyway? No. Why are you not reflecting light? Are you magical zombies? So I think for lack of anything better to do, I'm just going to stand here and fight off all the zombies that I can, and then just end the video. There's not really anything else that I can tell you. You have seen, other than the police station map, you've seen everything. So, this is Dead Purge Outbreak. And you know a game is serious when it has a colon in its title, right? So let's just kill ourselves and call it a day. If you've enjoyed the video, please think about dropping me a like or leaving a comment, because it always helps. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But, until next time, thanks for watching.